Face reality, people. Movies are dead. Games are dead. Narrative? Dead.
Media is nothing but neural trigger response and viral conditioning.
Wait, what are you two talking about?
Yeah. All right. The Brutalist, starring Adrian Brody. Brody, not Brony. This is a very bizarre, abstract movie. And I'm finding trouble reading where they wanted us to go with it. Or maybe their end meaning for it. It might be lost on me. This might require a second viewing. Because I don't know, like the first act before the intermission seems like I can see where they're going here. They're gonna have the guy who had some shit, lost it, and then returned back to his greatness as an architect. With it wasn't like super clean cut like that, but you could see those elements. I thought they were going for something when Agent Brody, right, he gets separated from his family because of the fucking Nazis and shit. Right, they're from Hungary, right? And he makes it to America, but his wife and his niece don't. They're still in Europe. They stayed in Europe, basically. But he made it over. And one of the first things we see is him at a brothel, but he can't get sexually aroused. I was like, okay. And the reason why I find that interesting, not for perverted reasons, but because there was another scene where he redesigns Guy Pearce's like library, right? Guy Pearce's son hires Laszlo, aka Adrian Brody, to fix up his dad's library. His dad is Guy Pearce, right? The kid. He fix it up, right? But the dad is furious when he sees it, right? Guy Ritchie's like, "What the fuck did you do to my shit? Get the fuck out of here, all you!" Maybe not like that, but he told him to get the fuck out. And then Adrian Brody's cousin, who he was working for the company, Miller and Sons, I think is the name of the company, like the little renovation company he was running. He basically got fired from that, along with getting accused of trying to fuck his wife. But whatever. It seemed like a lie in the movie. It seemed like a lie, but whatever. He gets fired, right? And he ends up working like construction, basically. And Guy Pearce, the dad, right? He's like, "Oh shit, your architecture, oh, it's so beautiful. How come you didn't tell me who you were?" And like, damn, you designed buildings and shit like that. You made this room look amazing. It's like a work of art. And I'm saying all that to say, like, oh, Adrian Brody in those moments when he had a chance to defend himself and tell him who he was, like, oh, I'm a fucking credited, architect. He just plays it like kind of like very humble. So in the first act of the movie, I'm thinking like, okay, this guy's like, even if he wants to do something, like just to feel a touch of a woman at a brothel, right? Even then, he still can't compromise his love for his wife. Like that was like important to him or whatever. But after the intermission, I think I throw all of that idea out the window. That thing that I was kind of anticipating. I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Because I think the characters just turn over and change. Not necessarily Laszlo. Laszlo? Yeah, Laszlo. AKA Adrian Brody. It's the Guy Pearce guy who's like, after he discovered this guy was a great architect in the first act, he's like nice to him, he's cordial, it seems like he doesn't even care about what Adrian Brody's background is necessarily, like as far as his race, ethnicity, religion. He seemed to care more about like, damn, this guy's a great artist, and we can have intellectual conversations with each other. And all of a sudden, after the intermission, he's like, I don't know, it's become like a full blown kind of. I don't think he's a full blown racist. I guess he's. I guess what we end up learning is that Guy Ritchie is so in love with Agent Brody that once Agent Brody's wife comes to Philadelphia or comes to Pennsylvania, right? She escapes Europe and reunites with her husband, Adrian Brody. After that, I guess maybe he got jealous. By the way, there's no hint. There's zero hint of Guy Ritchie being romantically into Adrian Brody. I didn't see a fucking hint of it, to be honest with you. But I guess it was there, and they tell us later in the movie when Guy Ritchie rapes Adrian Brody as he's high on heroin. Now, if you think I'm making all that up, I am not. That is actually a storyline in the movie. Like, how do you go from Holocaust to, the fucking underdog coming up and winning to now this guy is being racist towards Adrian Brody, not because he all of a sudden became a racist, but because I guess he's in love with Adrian Brody and was jealous of the wife? I can't even confirm that. Maybe he was just a racist, but he also wanted to fuck Adrian Brody at the same time. Like, I can't tell you, bro. I can't say I know. Like, he does this thing where he's like where they're having like dinner or lunch or whatever with Adrian Brody's wife, who just made it in from Europe, right? And he's like, Guy Pearce is like, it's like, wow, your English is so good, but Laszlo, his is trash, bro. Like, he's been here for dumb long, and he sounds like a shoe shiner. Like, as an insult, he's basically saying that shit, bro. He's like shitting on him. And then what does he do? He throws a fucking coin at him because, like, they're Jewish, right? And the racial epithet. He throws a coin at him and has him like pick up the coin for him. It's like, holy fuck, that's fucking weird. It's weird out of nowhere. Unless I just absolutely turn my brain off during certain moments of this movie. It seems like it's out of nowhere. But I guess they try to make it make sense that he was Guy Ritchie, Guy Pearce, not Guy Ritchie. Guy Ritchie, as weird as this movie is, Guy Ritchie could never, he couldn't dream of doing it. But anyways, Guy Pearce is, I guess he was just in love with Adrian Brody the whole time. Because they traveled to Italy to find some like special rocks or marble or something from Adrian Brody's Italian friend, and then they go out and celebrate, right? After they pick out the rocks they want or the material they want, and and I guess they hang out, they drink a bit, right? They party. Adrian Brody's dancing with this girl, and Guy Pearce is staring him down, right? He's like above them, looking down at the dance floor, and he's seeing Adrian Brody and this hot Italian chick dancing together. And I'm like, oh, is Guy Pearce secretly in love with Adrian Brody's wife, and he's gonna use this as leverage to be like, yo, he cheated on you, be with me instead. But no, I guess he was jealous of the girl, maybe. I think he was jealous of the girl. And he's and I guess Adrian Brody disappears from the dance hall, from the party, and finds an alley to do heroin in and pass out on a random mattress in the street. And then Guy Pearce, he's like looking for him. He's like, "Well, Laszlo, where are you? Where are you, Laszlo, aka Adrian Brody? Where are you, man?" And then he finds him. He's just like, doped out of his mind, just like woozy and shit. He's just like, oh, fucking, I'm fucked up, man. He doesn't say any words, right? He's just there, laying on this fucking bed thing in the street. or maybe like it looks kind of like a sewer almost, like a tunnel or something. Whatever. But he's just laying there like high as shit, I assume. And then Guy Pearce just lays next to him, starts talking, and then starts unzipping his pants. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then he fucking rapes him right there. I sorry for the spoilers, I guess. I did not make that up. Uh, yeah, it's weird. Also, Adrian Brody, who has osteoporosis, right? I think it's like a bone disease or something like that. Lack of calcium, I think, is what that is. And so her legs don't work too well, right? Now, this lady has been trying to fuck him the entire movie since she got back from Europe, bro. She's been trying to be romantic with him for all this time. But this one night where I guess she's in pain, right? And she doesn't have enough pills to like to deal with the pain. She doesn't have enough of her medicine to deal with the pain. So Adrian Brody grabs his fucking heroin kit and fucking gives her heroin, injects her with heroin. And then all of a sudden they're both horny as fuck and they just start fucking, I guess. And then I guess maybe the morning after or some time passed, I guess. He carries her and helps her to the bathroom because she has to take a piss or a shit or something. And he sits her down. He steps outside of the room. He's like, "All right, just holler if you need me." He's there for, I kid you not, like 20 seconds. It felt like 20 seconds. He's just there outside the door, like dun da 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 da. Just letting my wife take a piss or whatever. And then he calls her name. She doesn't respond. He bursts in the room, and I guess she OD'd on the heroin. Like she didn't take more. Just whatever dose he gave her, zonked her right there, and she OD'd, I guess, and had to take her to the hospital. I don't know. There's just very bizarre scenes, and I'm trying to find, the meaning underneath it, or where the artist was going as far as messaging. I'm not sure. I'm just confused. I don't know. The end scene when they go to, like, was that an excuse to play 80s style music or do 80s style haircuts? I'm not sure. I would love someone if they. I'm going to have to rewatch this, but I'm also gonna, before I do that, I'm gonna watch some reviews because I'm curious, man. Is it supposed to be the Oscar movie? One of the big Oscar award-winning movies? I might need to rewatch it, man. Maybe I'm a dumb fuck, to be honest with you. Maybe I'm just dumb. I'll be like, you know what? Fair enough. I just didn't get it. If someone in the comments wants to explain it to me, please go ahead. It was just real. It was weird. It was like intermission hit, and then the movie just like whoop changed. Like hardcore dramatic shit starts happening. Like everything becomes dramatic. The materials they want to use to make this building in Pennsylvania for the Guy Pearce family, for their family name and all that shit, a memorial to his dead mom, right? I guess the materials are on this train. The train blows up in the second act, so they cancel the project. And then I guess years later they start the project back up again. I don't know, but you know what? I'm going to recommend this movie for the sake of someone explain this shit to me. Someone explain it to me. So I recommend it for that reason and that reason alone. As of now, my grade as of now. I mean, once again, grain of salt. I just don't get it. Not yet, at least. It just seemed like a lot of like wacky kind of just random shoehorned in storylines to make it to seem more dramatic, or to just influx with symbolism that only a few understand. Maybe it could be that. I'll leave room for that. But as of now, my grade is I'll give it a 6.8. There's still a movie here, right? Without me understanding where the artist is going. I think that's the most important part is where the artist is going. Even though I'm missing out on that, the acting's fine, right? The cinematics are fine. The base story, like I understand what happened plot wise, right? I get what happened plot wise, but I'm saying like what's the meaning behind it? What's the point of it? Or are you telling me that we actually should just be blinking from one time period to another or one event to another where these overly dramatic things just kind of out of nowhere happen with no hints of them? Which is fine, right? You could have something where they don't hint at it and then they drop it on you like a ton of bricks. That's fine. But I don't think they were so impactful to me as much as they just made me like, what? Why'd that happen? Damn, that's kind of out of nowhere. Okay, that's weird. That's what it more so felt like. Maybe I just don't understand. Ugh. Who knows? I don't know yet. So that's why I'm going to be watching reviews. But for now, 6.8 is my grade. And I do recommend just for like, hey, maybe someone figures something out for me. But whatever. There it is. You want to say anything, Teddy? It's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, the first half, I agree, was pretty nice, but other than what you said, there was a few times where there were like time jumps,
Mm-hmm.
especially like at the last scene there. Like, where did he disappear to? Unless I missed something.
The last scene? Where he's
Like
in.
Guy Pearce. Oh, sorry, not the last scene, but the last time.
Oh, Guy
Like,
Pearce.
yeah,
When I don't
where
know.
he got accused of being a rapist.
Yeah,
Like, where it
I,
just skipped like what,
I don't know,
like 10 years or some shit.
bro.
Disappeared. We didn't even see him again.
Bro, the wife that accuses of him in the next time after the time jump, she's dead. She's not there anymore. So it's like, what the freak, bro?
Yeah.
Like, so that was like a hefty time jump. Like, she goes like if you had no audio and no context of what was going on, really, you'd be like, so okay, she's yelling at this man, and then it's the future, and they're both probably dead. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they were looking for him. That was the strangest part. Like, they were looking for him,
And spent a lot of time on looking for him.
and then it time jumps. Like, that was. I don't know if I missed something or what.
Yeah, I mean, felt like it went to an epilogue, and like, okay, we're in the '80s now, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but I'll give it a 6.97. I'll give it
Okay.
a 7.
That's fair. And if someone finds some Rosetta Stone of understanding this movie, I will gladly change my grade if it makes sense to me. And that's why I'm watching reviews after this. But until then, these are our scores. All right. There's your review for The Brutalist, future Oscar Best Picture. Possibly. There you go.